Welcome, everyone, to the first official episode of Readers and Writers
And
podcast,
lighters. Hey.
where we are going to break down all things books from a reader and writer perspective. I'm Yana. I'm
And
the reader.
Yana is the reader. And I am the fledgling writer. And my name is Shawn. And I'm Yana's dad, by the way.
Yes, that's our that's really how this podcast was born. We are a father and daughter duo.
Yeah. And
who
we've been fighting for years over opinions on things. And so we want to welcome the rest of the world into our world of dueling.
Yes.
Yes.
Go
So
ahead.
Yep. I mean, we're new to this. This is a pilot episode. We want y'all to know what y'all think about the vibe in the comments and help us out to grow this thing into something that we want to be beneficial to other people. And we want people to be able to grow in their reading. And if you're a writer, in your writing, because we are all things literary. Yana, would you like to share with the people your background in literature?
Sure. So I've always loved reading from a young age. The American Girl books really spiraled my love for stories and reading. Um, in college, I was able to get a degree in communication and English, double majored. Was also able to study abroad in England at Cambridge, which was very, very fun. I took a lot of literary courses, British literature, British science fiction, lots of fun things. So, yeah, I am just a giant book nerd. I read pretty much at least 20 to 30 minutes a day, every day. I like all genres. I try to challenge myself to not bog down in my comfort zone, but I will say I do tend to enjoy high fantasy, some sci-fi. I like thrillers. I like a romance, but they're few and far between. I feel like I read romance very sparingly, and then I love classics.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get back into classics this year.
Yeah, you read a lot of different things. And also, let the people shout out your book talk.
Yes, I do have my own booktube channel at Yana Akin, and yes, it's fairly new. But I feel like I just love book talk, booktube, bookstagram. I've been in the book part of the internet for a while, and I decided to go ahead and join, I think, in 2022.
Yeah. And I'm a little bit biased, but I will tell you guys that it's really good content. And if you want to know, Yana approaches reading from a different perspective than I'm used to. She really does do all the literary nerd stuff involved in it. I have not been a fiction reader for long. I started reading fiction in 2020. I've always been a nonfiction reader. I have tons of books that I read nonfiction, and so kind of hanging around with you and your mother, and y'all do a lot of reading. I started picking up some fiction stuff, and I never really got into it until now. I'm wanting to tell stories. I've always been a storyteller, right? And so, and I've always been a prolific writer, according to my professors, if I might say so myself. But it's always been fiction. I mean, nonfiction. And so now I'm getting into the fiction world, and I'm trying to get my feet wet. And so I would like to know what you guys enjoy reading, because I'm doing it. I'm going amongst all my friends and asking them what genres do they like, and I'm trying to read to try to figure out what's good. And it's been hard for me because there's a lot of bad stuff out there.
Yeah, I think the way we started nerding out together is because I have been trying to get my dad to read a lot more fiction, but he was struggling with it because he just really didn't find anything that he just fell in love with. And then I think Pierce Brown said this. I'm not sure if I shared that quote with you, but it was something like he decided to write the book that he wanted to read or something like that.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
And I think that's what you started to do. You got like the bug to write the stories that you were wanting to read, but you
Yeah.
were having a hard time finding.
Yeah.
And so he started doing research and interviewing me, my mom, my sister-in-law loves to read,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
sisters love to read. Like, he was trying to piece together what makes a good story.
Yeah.
Why do we like what we like?
Why do you like what you like?
And then that's when our nerding out really hit its peak.
Yeah. Yeah. And another origin story is when I was younger, I can remember I had an aunt from Houston who used to go garage selling, and she would bring me books because I don't know if any. So I'm older. I'm an old head. I was born in 1975. We used to be at school. Did y'all have that when y'all was in school? When the kids would bring the reader little magazine thing, and you can order from the school the books, and I could never get books because other people could afford the books. I could never get books. And so I would go home and I would try to write my own stories. And I didn't have a lot of resources and finances. Like I didn't have a typewriter, so I would write it on notepads. And sometimes I didn't even have paper and pencils. And so the stories would just die. And I can remember there was a story. It was like Nancy Drew, but it wasn't Nancy Drew. It was these boys and they played on a baseball team.
If
And
y'all
I
know what he's talking about, leave it down below.
Yeah, and I used to read those books and enjoy those books and, anyway, and it kinda died in my youth, and now I'm reinvigorating myself telling stories again. People tell me I'm a good orator and a good, speaker in telling stories, so I'm just trying to get to the point where I don't wanna put out trash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's important. Quality matters.
Yeah, quality absolutely matters, and so I will get on Amazon and I would download Kindle books, free ones, cheap ones, and expensive ones. I would read bestsellers, and I'm like, that just doesn't move me, right? And different genres and stuff like that. So this is my journey here, and I'm learning a lot. I've been reading a lot of craft fiction. I mean, yeah, craft books on fiction, and just learning a lot. And so some of that is probably a little snobbery as I'm learning and I'm reading stuff. I'm like, well, when I'm learning from these people who are really into writing, they're saying you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't break the fourth wall, you should break the fourth wall. And so I'm just trying to figure it out along the way.
Yeah. And I think it does take some time to find your style, your voice
Yeah,
as you write.
yeah. And so that's basically who we are. Yeah, I've read Yana's favorite book recently, and it's in
Another episode that's coming up.
another episode that will be coming up.
We'll be getting into that
And
later.
she's read a book that I've really enjoyed, and she kind of like, and so it's gonna be some squaring off on what's good and what's not, because we're a different generation and we have different genres that we enjoy, and
Yes.
so it's gonna be a little Siskel and Ebert in here as well.
I believe the people will take my side, but we'll get into that later.
They,
We'll get into that later.
I don't think they will. I
Okay,
really,
it's fine.
I
Fine.
really think
We're
they will.
moving right along.
Yeah, and so I want to bring up a topic today.
Okay.
I recently was watching one of the YouTubers that I watch, and I watch a lot of YouTubers who are editors because I want to know what good writing is.
Mhm.
And her name is Alyssa Matezik, I think it is. Alyssa Matezik, yeah. Her name's on the screen down in the description. And she put out this recent video about the four archetypes of writers. And so I wanted
Mm.
to kind of come from a perspective of a person who is learning to write
Mhm.
and wanting to put stuff out there that people will actually read,
Yeah.
right? And so I want to know from a reader's perspective, what type of author do you look for in your writing? Okay?
Or in my reading.
In your reading. That's what I just said. See, you're keeping me honest. You're
That's what
definitely
I'm
keeping me
here
honest.
for.
I appreciate you. And so the first type, and I'm of the opinion that you can go between types, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. But
Mhm.
I think what she was saying in her video is there's a primary type, right?
Mm.
And so the primary type is the artist. Um, and so the artist is defined by, they're driven by their love for the language and the craft of writing. They write very beautiful prose.
Oh,
Every sentence sounds like a bestseller.
I do love an artist. Ugh, I love a classic. I love a literary fiction. I love an artist.
Yeah. And what she was saying in her video is artists are more likely to be able to go against the literary rules of the norm to create beauty. They're
Mm.
artists, right? Like when we think, and when
Mhm.
she was saying that, I was thinking of like, people think of Kanye, right?
Mhm.
Like Kanye goes against the norms when he's making beats and songs and just in life in general, right?
Yeah.
He's the artistic type. He loves the passion of the art. And
Okay.
so that's type one. And some of the people she mentioned was like James Foster Wallace. And their goal is to redefine genres and to push boundaries in literature rather than purely entertaining the masses.
Okay.
And so when you think of artists, you would think probably of a struggling artist as well, because the masses are not going to want to read it. The masses are not going to understand it.
Yeah.
And I believe that it's only when the artist puts out their art and people start buzzing around it, then people start catching on to it.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
But these are the type of people that you read, like you said, this is the stuff that you read in school, and it's changed the way that things are. So
Mhm.
the first type is the artist. I haven't experienced any new artist yet. What about you?
I have not read yet, but she's on my list to read a Sally Rooney novel. I know she came to mind when you mentioned, like, breaking some of the literary rules.
Hmm.
I know she doesn't use, like, quotation marks and things like that. Um, I think a lot of people either love or hate her, but,
Cormac McCarthy, but we're not gonna go there right now.
yeah.
Another episode.
But she's definitely on my list. I'm gonna read my first book by her. I just bought it. I'll be reading it next month. And so I'm excited because I'll be doing a series on my channel soon
Let's go.
where I'll be traveling through literature, and I know she is a very big Irish author, and
Okay.
so I'll be kind of trying out some Irish authors. I feel like there are a lot of famous writers from Ireland, and I want to see what's in the water.
As they should.
Want to see what's in the water, but yes, I know she doesn't like use quotation marks and things like that, so that's
Yeah.
pushing against the rules of.
We should get your sister involved, who's from Ireland.
I know.
That's gonna be it. We're gonna get her
There's
involved.
some stuff cooking. Y'all make sure you click my channel down below.
Yeah, let's
Go
get it.
subscribe. A lot's coming down the
Let's get it.
pipeline.
But you know what I feel like, Yana? I feel like the way that the publishing industry is today, and maybe I'm just an anarchist. I don't know. You know, I like to push against the rules a little bit.
Mhm.
I feel like you won't find many artists nowadays until like they've put out a couple of novels to get buzz, and then they can do what they want to do.
Don't jump too far ahead
Okay.
because we do have a hot topic coming up,
Okay.
and you're touching on it.
Okay,
You're touching on it.
because I'm thinking about me, like if I were an artist type, and I am very artistic, not autistic, but artistic,
Artistic, with
and
R.
I feel like I want to write against rules at times, but I
Mm.
feel like if I submit it to a traditional publisher, the the editorial staff would be like, "Nah, you can't do that. That's not gonna hit."
Yeah, that's the tricky part. I think one of my English professors even told me this when I was in college. She was like, "If you're gonna break the rules, you better do it in an amazing way
Enough
because then no
said.
one will call you out on it.
Enough said. I'm gonna
If you
do it in an
if you're gonna
amazing
if you're
way.
gonna use a comma splice, it better be masterful.
And I've been around the buzz. I am an M dash guy. Yes, I'm an M dash guy.
As long as
Thank
you
you.
don't do too much.
Nah, I'm gonna M dash it.
Moderation.
Watch this. Read it, and you're gonna be on the dash. Um, but yeah, and so I feel like it might be hard for the artist to break through nowadays if they want success,
Yeah.
lest they be a starving artist, go the self-publishing route, those type of things. I don't know. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay, and so the second type she talks about is the producer.
Okay.
And when you think about the producer, you should think about fast page turning. This is one of the things we've discussed just recently. You jump in the middle of the story and it's already hot. You know, you don't build up character development, this kind of stuff.
Okay.
When you get into it, the protagonist is already in the crucible. Like they're already
So
in the
like
fire.
strong opening sentence, like right out the bat.
Right off the
Like
back, strong opening sentence, deep in the mud already, challenges of life. Let's go. Page turners, short chapters. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And the producer is the type of person, and the name is very fitting. The producer is the type of person that can just put out hit after hit after hit after hit. Think Stephen
Okay.
King, think James Patterson. Like James Patterson is writing so many books now. He's writing books for other people now. Like he's
I
just
did see that, him and Viola Davis.
yeah, yeah. And so
Okay.
and he has a formula. And so it's very formulaic, but you love it because we were talking about this other day when we were talking about eating when you become an adult. You just
Mhm.
finding different ways of making chicken and beef, right? And so he's doing that and he's putting out hit after hit after hit. And like he's the wealthiest writer around, right? Because he just puts out so many
Wow. See, I
hits.
haven't read a James Patterson. I need to put him on my list also.
Yeah.
Mm.
I wish, hey James, if you're looking for somebody else to kind of sit down with and give some of the trade
We got one
crafts,
right
we
here.
got a real
We
one right
got one
here.
right
We
here.
got a real one right here.
You might want to get him while he's, still down.
Yeah.
Because he's about to take off.
Yeah. And so the producer is obsessed with the storytelling element.
Okay.
They love a good story and they want people to love a good story. So from a reader's perspective, have you read any of these producer type authors that
Oh, I think definitely. I think just the way people's attention spans are set up these days, producers, I feel like, get popular very quickly.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of someone who comes to mind.
Definitely like the book that you just had me read because it did not start out in the crucible. It was not a page. Once it got into it, we were into it, but it took a while to develop.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
mean Sword of Kaigen.
Sort of what?
Sword of
Oh
Kaigen.
yeah, there's gonna be another episode, ain't it?
Next
Okay.
episode.
All right.
But yeah, I think also like Pierce Brown, I think that's why everyone loves him because his stories are so epic and they're so fast paced and there's a lot of moving parts and you just have to kind of buckle up for the ride. It's a roller coaster
Yeah.
for sure. A lot's going on.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate Pierce Brown.
I also am a Pierce Brown fan. I'm only on I just finished Golden Sun and I'm about to start Morning Star.
I just did Red Rising because
But
I got a full-time job.
yeah. I think that's why people love his books because he puts a lot into the story.
Yeah, definitely.
Keeps it moving.
Okay, and so then the fourth type is a psychologist. And so the psychologist is driven by the development of the human behavior in the story.
Hmm.
So their writing is about the internal complexities of the mind and the emotions that the people are going through. They explore what makes people tick. Examples of this is Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what they said, Pride and Prejudice, or Donna Tartt. I've never read Donna Tartt or
Okay,
Sally
so is
Rooney.
it like very character-based
Very
stories?
character based. You get into the
Okay.
head of the characters.
Mhm.
You get into their psychology, their psyche. Right, it's very close to the person. Because one thing that I've been learning recently as I write is the different point of views and how you can get closer even when it's first person or
Mm.
third person close. Because
Mhm.
sometimes people are right third person, but it's not close, and it's like you're reading the story and then like the words they choose or the way that they choose to pull out the story, you're immersed, and then all of a sudden you're away from the character as well.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times that would be used in like very fairy tale like books.
Mm.
I just read The River Has Roots,
Okay.
which was told it's kind of a short story. It's a very short book. It's like I want to say 70 pages, but it was told very fantastical, very like you're in the character, then you're out of the character. It was giving very third person. Is it omniscient? Third person omniscient?
Third person omniscient is when the narrator knows everything about everyone.
Okay, yeah.
Third person close is the narrator only is inside the protagonist's head. So
Okay.
when you're third person close, say for instance, I'm writing a story about me and you, I can't go into your thoughts. I can't head hop into your thoughts. So it's like Yana is thinking this, and then Shawn is thinking
Okay.
this. So when it's close but not omniscient, they're not all knowing. So think of omniscient being like God. God knows everything, right?
Mhm.
Kind of thing. So he can narrate from all the perspectives and what people are feeling and thinking and this. And so when it's close, you only can see. So close, the trick that I've learned for third person close is you just exchange I for their pronouns.
That's a good trick.
Yeah, so it's like I was walking down the street, or it was he was walking down the
She was
street.
walking down the street.
But that
I
wouldn't be a very
think
big thing. I think you can do that in so it's like I felt this, right? And then say he felt this.
Okay.
But you shouldn't write felt. But I'm reading a lot of books where they write felt. I've been
slow
told,
down.
I've been told
You shouldn't write felt. What are you
like
talking
felt
about?
is like everything in these books I'm reading is like felt is such a cheater term. Like you want to
mean your
show,
writing
not
books.
tell. Yeah.
Your writing books, they're telling you
Don't
shouldn't use the word felt when you're writing.
Yeah, they like it's just a quick trick. And so when I read stuff like that, I'm like, okay, what should I do? I'm reading, I'm like, did they just break a rule? But it's okay because I wanted to know what they felt.
Yeah, I think you should get out of your head a little bit with the. I mean, those books are valuable. The books that are telling you, the way to write. I'm not discounting them. They're very important. Yeah. But also, I feel like you can say how a character felt and just say that's how they felt from time to time.
They're very big on show don't tell.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very big on show don't tell, and they're very big on like not using. I can't describe it well, but don't use cheap terms. Use strong words. Instead of he walked. Walked is so okay. He strode across the courtyard. Striding is more commanding than he marched to, as opposed to he walked.
I think there's times for that, but I don't know. I feel like sometimes authors can overdo it where it's like, okay, you can just say he walked. Yeah. You don't have to.
Because Jesus walked.
Jesus walked. We all
we
walk.
Talking about?
It's not a bad thing to walk.
Okay. In the comments, y'all help me out.
Yeah, everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation. Have your thesaurus, but also you can use the word walk from time to time.
And see, I don't want to write he walked and people saying this is so boring. He's got people walking all around. He just got people walking.
Look, this is why this is important.
Why?
Readers and writers.
Yes.
From the readers.
Yes.
Don't say, I don't think we'd appreciate it if you're saying he walked, he walked, he walked, he walked, he walked, he walked, he walked.
Right.
I think what we notice most is repetition.
Gotcha.
So, it is good to say strode and things like that, but even if you're doing strode, you can overdo that. And then we're going to notice if you don't just say the word walk, like it's going to feel inauthentic if you're just.
And that's another thing coming from the producer. Like if it's implied that they walk, don't say it. That's what they say. Like cut the sentences so that it is like, keep the story going.
Okay.
Right. So if your story is like they knocked on the door and blah, 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 blah. Right. Just cut out the stuff that's not necessary so that the story can keep going.
I can agree with that sometimes.
Yeah.
I do appreciate sometimes when they cut out like, I was just reading a book and, it was Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, which was one of Brandon Sanderson's spinoff or standalone novels.
Got it.
And so anyway, long story short, that one can only hear the other one in their world. And so like people are talking to them and then the other person has to like tell them what to say. So instead of like always being like, hey, tell her to warm up my food or whatever, they'll just be like, and then she translated or then she said it. Like, that's a very specific example, but that's just what I very recently read. And I appreciated how it wasn't getting bogged down in the weeds of like, they were always repeating the same thing. Like you can just infer, okay, he repeated what she said.
Especially when they're like, just like he did this and then he did this and then he did this. And it's like, okay, get to the action. We don't want, we don't want to know that he stuck the key in the ignition and turned the car on.
You don't need.
Then he pumped the pedal and then he put maybe if it's fitting for someone who's just learning how to drive, but otherwise just say he got in the car and drove away.
And I think it could be also stylistic. I know I did have read a bit of your boy, McCormick McCarthy.
Yeah, baby.
And to me, that's kind of how he writes. He just describes every little thing. And we're going to disagree about that later. You know what?
No, because I read the Sword of Kagen and those fight scenes were...
But anyway, we'll save it. What are we on? The psychologist.
Yeah, we're on a psychologist. Now, okay, so after the psychologist, the psychologist wants you to read a book and after you finished it, it's like you've just unearthed some things about life
And you know what? I think this is my jam,
Okay.
psychologist. And I think that's why I read literary fiction.
Got it.
Because I want to feel like I was in someone's head and I lived their life.
Okay. Okay.
I want to know why they tick.
Okay. So let's
I
listen.
hate a flat character. I want to know.
You're very character driven.
Yes.
Okay, so in the comments, check us out. If you know a good story that is character driven, that's not literary fiction, that Yana can check out, let us know in the comments, because we want to know. We want to broaden her horizons, but her experience so far is that to find that, she has to read literary fic. You know, I've actually got one more here, and this one is The Visionary. They use stories as vessels to bring thought-provoking ideas. So I know two stories that you've recommended and read personally that are visionary.
Really?
Animal Farm.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Okay, so George Orwell in 1984.
Loved it.
1984.
Still so relevant, still so, oh my goodness, just
the focus is on
so much to say.
The focus on the message is whether it's social or political. I think this is what the current story that I'm currently reading, the Octavia Butler story, I think is it's moving in that direction. I haven't got far into it yet, but it's moving in that direction. It's very social commentary.
Blood Over Bright Haven, also by M.L. Wong. I also just finished that one last month. It was a fantasy, but it also lots of parallels.
Gotcha. And so these are the 4 archetypes that she's edited over thousands of books, right? And she says these are the 4 cores that she consistently finds.
Okay.
But she also says there's also mashups. You know what? And so I believe from what I'm writing right now, and I know this sounds very overarching. I think my book, I'm 50,000 plus words in.
Wow, hold on. Golf clap. That's impressive.
And I'm having a hard time because I don't want to pick a genre. I feel like it's visionary. I feel like there's an overarching story.
Okay.
I feel like it is very psychiatrist in that I have 2 protagonists that are coming from different worlds, and you get into their world and see why they're butting heads.
Okay.
Right? I also have I don't know if it ever be the producer, so just, I don't know. The world will tell if the story drops, right?
Yeah, I think you have to let other people tell you if you're a producer.
But the artist in me, it doesn't let me leave sentences short. Like, one of the biggest things is, as a writer, people say continue to move and just write it down or whatever. I obsess over paragraphs. I obsess over that sentence. Did that hit the point? Did that say what I wanted it to say? Did I stay in his perspective? Did I move? Did I, and because I'm such a newbie writer, I don't want this to be, people say your first draft is going to suck.
Yeah, I've heard
my
that.
first draft pretty much is sucking, but I don't want my first book to suck.
I haven't written a book, but I've made YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And they say the same thing.
Okay.
And I agree. If you go back to my first video, I was very cringy. Yeah.
Because I've let you read a little bit of my stuff, and I gotta admit, you don't get me.
What is that supposed to mean?
Because the part of the book when I'm writing the technology stuff, you're like, I just skim it. Just skim it. You're not a tech head. Just skim it. You're like,
I did not say all that. What I said was that you just it got a little too technical in that
it was less than a paragraph.
It was less than a paragraph. That's right. I was just like, I don't think we need to know all that, because we don't even, you saying it, we don't even know what it means.
But it is necessary. So the tech head is going to read it and be like, yeah.
And that's fair.
Yeah. So, and again, the book is visionary. I want to bring all these different type of people together in the book, right? And so we got to be a little bit for the tech nerds.
Okay.
And I got a little hood edge to me. And so I got a little bit for the streets.
Okay.
Got a little country boy in me. And so got to have some for the boop scooters. Right? And so, yeah, that's the 4 archetypes. And if you can think of any other archetypes that you want to share with us, again, in the comments, we want this to be a community where we can grow together.
Yeah, because I mean, there's got to be. This is a great guide, and obviously she's very credible because she's edited so many books. But there's got to be more out there, you know.
Yeah. So check her out. Check her out. Again, her link is in the description. Go over and subscribe to her. I think you'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I enjoyed that. Very interesting.
All right. I hear you have some hot takes for us.
Yes. So, my dad, although he's started his writing journey and he now is, trying to dip his toe in the bookish literary side of the internet, he also is very, how should I say this politely? Out of the know. He doesn't know any of the drama or what that goes on over here. Because I told him, it's nice, it's great, wonderful community, love it, but there's some drama sometimes.
I've heard.
And so however often we do these, if it's once a week, whenever, every time we meet, I'm going to try to bring him something spicy and controversial that, we be talking about.
I appreciate that. Keep me
on
in the
book
know.
2, book talk, whatever, what have you goes it. So if y'all have anything.
Keep me from getting old.
Thank you. If y'all have anything that you want to discuss, please drop it in the comments. But what I have brought today is fairly recent.
Okay.
I'll say it's fairly recent, but I'll say when it did happen, it was a hot topic.
Okay.
Everyone was discussing this. So an influencer by the name of Maddie Clark posted.
Ooh, we calling names, baby.
I mean, see, we all know her name.
Okay.
That's the thing we all know. She put it under her name.
Okay.
Gosh. Okay. So this is Maddie Clark's take, and this is what she posted.
You little bitch. I do not trust you little bitches on Book Talk and your stupid Kindle Unlimited book recommendations talking about this is 5 stars. This is one of the best books I've ever read. Meanwhile, when I was 12 years old, I was reading One Direction fan fiction written by someone whose first language was not English on Wattpad, and it was still better written than half of the shit I'm seeing pushed out on Book Talk. I'm going to be the bitch and say it. Some of you need to go back to a high school level literature class because the lack of reading comprehension that I am seeing is scary. Talking about Guild or whatever the fuck it's called is a literary masterpiece.
Party mouth.
Almost as if when authors are using actual literary devices and I don't know, nuance, not spelling things out for us like we're first graders, that I see a lot of the sentiment on social media being, it was too confusing and too convoluted. Critical thinking, babes. Learn how to do it. I love a little fun romantasy vibe as much as the next girl. Like, romantasy is one of my favorite genres. However, that does not mean that it has to be poorly written. And I'm just going to say it. Not everyone should have their book published. Sorry, I'm a bitch. I do not trust.
Oh, wow. She was serious about her take on that.
Yes. So as you can see, she was very strongly opinionated.
Okay.
And that caused a lot of conversation.
Okay.
Some people agreed with her. They didn't like her wording or the way, the way she was saying it, but they were like, what she's trying to say is that our standards have gotten very low for what's getting published these days.
Gotcha.
And, there were some arguments that maybe things should just go through more editing. And there are some conversations of, publishing kind of becoming like fast fashion. Like, it's popular right now. This will take off because it has this trope. Let's print it. This person has this many followers that wrote it. Let's get it going now. On the other hand, people were very much like, who are you to say what's a good book? Who are you to say what's good writing? Why are you coming down on, Book Talk books or, Kindle Unlimited indie published books? If people are enjoying it, who's to say it's bad?
Yeah, who's to say it's bad?
Like, who are you to yuck someone's yum? And so those were kind of you've never heard that?
Yuck somebody's yum.
That's what the teacher in me.
Oh, got it. Okay.
That's what you tell the little kids. Don't yuck his yum. If you don't like purple shoes, you don't have to tell Tim you don't like purple shoes.
Got
He
it.
likes purple shoes. But anyway, who are you to
yuck his yum?
Come down on other people? So it was a very hot topic.
I can see how that is a hot topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
most agreed the delivery was a little much.
Yeah, and delivery aside, like, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And so what I've found is and again, I'm listening to the side of publishing, and all this needs to come together, right? You have the reader and what they want to hear, and you have the editors and the writers and what they want to hear, right? And so I was listening to this one lady. She was talking about urban fiction, and AKA hood classics. And if you read it and you're not of the know, it's gonna be bothersome to you.
Yeah.
Right? It's gonna sound very like what? And even the tropes, like she was mentioning, why are you mentioning the person's car, the paint color, and the color of the interior? Like in the hood, that's something that's important. So the reader is getting into that world based upon what they're saying, right? Kind of thing. And if they're using AAVE, African American Vernacular English, or Ebonics, or what do you want to call it, hood talk, and you're put off by it, it's not for you.
Yeah.
Right? Because these books are actually selling like hotcakes.
Yeah.
So somebody's reading them.
Very true.
Right? And so my thing is, it's just not for you. Then don't, like, I don't know. I don't.
Yeah. And then there was a lot of people who were like, people love to bash Book Talk and BookTube.
Yeah.
And yet they're on BookTube and Book Talk bashing. Like, if you don't like it, you can leave. No one's asking you to be here.
Yeah, but I think that's everybody. Like I'm into sports too, right? And so I watch sports, and people always talk about this athlete sucks and this kind of stuff. I'm like, they're the 1% of the 1%.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even get picked up at LA Fitness for a game.
They wrote the book.
Yeah.
It took all these hours to put in all this work to write a book.
Yes. Got it published, whether it was traditional, they published themselves, they stuck it through AI. I don't care what they did. They got their story out there, right, kind of thing. And if I don't like it, I just don't buy it. I mean, I vote with my feet, right, kind of thing.
That's good.
And so, I don't want to trash anybody else's things because, I don't know. It's like me knowing what it takes to put an entire book together. Like, the idea is the easy part. The execution is very hard. So for me to bash somebody's writing, it's tough, especially when they have an audience.
Yeah.
That's the thing, especially when they have an audience. They have people who are
It's like Haley Pham just came out with her first book.
Oh.
And again, there's going to be people talking. Some people were mad because she got published so easily, so quickly, her first book. But she has that audience. She has that platform.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm like, well, she did the work to build the audience, to build the platform.
Yeah.
She already had the fans. So, of course, publishers are going to be ready because it's going to sell.
At the end of the day, it's about dollars.
Yeah.
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I just recently picked up the sample of a book, and I think I'm going to go ahead and buy it. It's by a guy who is a part of Delta Force. And if you're not in the know, people think of Navy SEALs, they think of Army Rangers. Delta Force is the elite of the elite.
Oh.
When we used to watch the TV show The Unit,
yes,
that's Delta Force. They don't brag about what they do because they are the baddest of the baddest, right? And so he recently wrote a book, and I was looking around for some Delta Force because a lot of people, they get out of the SEALs and all this thing, and they write a book like about their time in the SEALs. Delta Force, like, a lot of their stuff is redacted. They can't talk about some of this stuff. Like, these are the boys that go in and get Osama bin Laden, that kind of stuff.
They're not talking. They about it.
And so I'm going to buy his book. I've read the sample. It's not James Patterson or Cormac McCarthy. It's not. But you know what? I'm going to honor his life story, even if the story sucks. Like, at the end of the day, I'm going to buy the book because I want to support. We always walk up to soldiers and say, man, thank you for your, what's the word? Well,
service.
Thank you for your service, right? Kind of thing. And so he's went through the hard work of writing a book, and there's something I can glean from a Delta Force op.
think we all could.
Yeah, because
really.
me, personally, like, I think I'm bad, but baby, I ain't that bad.
Yeah. I think what I took from this conversation, because I found it very interesting from both sides of the
The aisle.
coin, the
Yeah.
aisle. So what I did was I made on my channel, there's a little rubric I made.
I love it.
And I think the issue isn't as much what people enjoy. I think it's when they read something they enjoy, they don't quite communicate why they enjoyed it. And so you could say, oh my goodness, I read this book, 5 stars, amazing. Someone else could say, oh, that means the plot must be solid and the writing must be amazing.
Yeah.
But maybe you just enjoyed it because it was a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
But all you say 5 stars amazing, now people are going to say, well, you have bad taste and da-da-da-da.
Right.
We're
What's the word you use? Palate cleanser. It was
a
just
palate cleanser. Maybe it was a palate cleanser. I love a good palate cleanser every once and again. But I think if we use more descriptive terms or say why we loved a book, get a little more into it, we could prevent a lot of arguments online about what's good and what's not good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've took a look at your rubric. And I am not going to do the work to tell you why I like stuff. You got to figure it out, because this is better content for us if we can argue.
Well, here's the thing. If you at least could say, I love this. Let me break down the rubric just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. So with the rubric, it judges a book on 5 categories. And that's like prose, themes, depth, rereadability, and immersion.
Okay.
And so...
Immersion.
Yes. And so you can say, I love this book because it was so immersive. I love the world. You could say, oh my God, the writing was amazing.
Yeah.
But it's just really like putting into words why you love a book, because no one can fault you if you say, I love a book just because.
I get that.
It wasn't the best written book in the world, but it gave me everything I wanted, and that's what I love, 5 stars.
Yeah. Because I can honestly say that you've recommended books to me that I've liked, and you've recommended books to me that I've liked, and vice versa. But I believe that even when we do like the same book, we don't like the same book for the same reasons.
Exactly.
Because you always on me about who I am as an old man. And that's why we got to talk about No Country for Old Men, and why you can't get it because you're not an old man. Just saying.
Very true. I've never claimed to be an old man, though.
You should not.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Worst things to be.
Worst things to be.
But yeah, so that was our hot take.
I love that hot take, because she was hot.
Yeah.
Not hot like hot, but she was hot like she was hot.
She came in hot.
She came in very hot.
She came in hot.
She came in hot for sure. But I ain't mad at you, sweetheart. You spoke your piece and you got it out there, and that is the end of that.
So now we're going to play a little game.
Okay.
You know, I got to bring the fun vibes.
I love a good game.
Okay, hold on. I'm pulling it up. I just lost it. Where'd it go? Okay. So, as we were talking about, I'm sure you've come across them as a writer, tropes. Love them, hate them.
Yes.
They're here to stay. They've been around forever, so
yes.
I don't think they're going anywhere.
Not going nowhere. At least no time
soon. What we're going to do is play a little game called Love It or Hate It.
Okay.
Pretty simple.
Okay.
Here's a card that I wrote. I made these.
They're very beautiful.
I'll say the trope, you say if you love it.
Okay.
Or if you hate it.
What if you don't? What if you neither love nor hate it? What if you're apathetic to it, which is worse than hate?
You can break it down.
Okay.
You can break it down for us if you feel it. Okay.
All right.
Sometimes it's just.
Sometimes it is what it is.
Sometimes it's love or hate. Sometimes you need to get into it, but
it's a thin line.
All right. So the first category I'm going to do are super popular tropes. Okay. So as an author, this is important because you should at least know what's popping. You know, this is very popular. Okay. First one: enemies to lovers.
Enemies to lovers.
Did you hate it?
What are we in the 3rd grade? Am I pulling your hair on the playground because I really like you?
No, Dad. Oh my God. This is because you don't read enough fantasy and things. Sometimes they're actual enemies. Like,
listen, if I hate you, I hate you. I ain't gonna turn around and love you.
no. What about Romeo and Juliet? That's enemy. That's the OG
No, their
enemy
families
clever
hated
story.
each other.
Okay,
They didn't
but
hate each other.
the enemy of my family is my enemy.
I get that. But when I hear that trope, what I'm thinking about is like the movies when like he's a bounty hunter and she's a prisoner and he's wheeling her across town, and every stop she pulls some hijinks and does something to him. And at the end of the movie, they found out they really loved each other. Like, no.
Okay. Anyways, I don't
I
really
know.
even want to.
I hate it.
I
Lover to
love
lover.
it if it is done right, and I think the ladies know when it's done right. When it's done right, if they're true enemies, and it's a slow burn, I fear you're gonna have to sign me up.
I think you
Sure, I'm
love.
gonna eat it
I
up.
think I'm gonna get canceled before the podcast even take off. I think y'all women just don't know what y'all want. That's girl math right there.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
We want an enemy.
Man.
Okay, just because you like it in a book doesn't mean you want it for yourself, though.
Okay.
Let's put that on right there now.
All
Okay,
right, my bad.
let's do the next one.
Okay.
Let's just move on.
All right.
Found family.
What's that mean?
So it's when like a group of characters comes together and they become like a family in and of themselves, like a misfit group. Okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
We are the world. Kumbaya.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Learn to love your neighbor.
Okay, next one. Chosen one. I'm actually indifferent to this one. I think it depends
I
on
was
how
gonna
it's
do this.
done.
I was gonna do this. Yeah.
I don't really have an
Yeah.
opinion one way or another. Chosen one.
It's very Disney.
Yeah.
It's very done.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have liked it at, a while ago, but like it's done. So everybody's the one.
Yeah.
And I think it makes everybody the hero of life. That's me being the visionary. So
Miscommunication. Now, this one says it's very popular, but I personally know that a lot of people hate this one.
Mhm.
So I was surprised to find it on the super popular list. But this is when, like, a lot of times it's done in romance. I know it's done in across the genres, but typically in a romance, it'll be like, oh, a third act breakup because they just didn't communicate. Did you put... I hate this. I
I'm gonna tell you why I love it.
Okay.
Because I find that the mass majority of issues in life are based on miscommunication. So I love it if a person is self-aware to read a book and figure out, wow, I should apply that to my life. If they don't, just for the sake of it, I hate it.
Okay.
But if you are learning from it, I love it.
I'll say that. I was starting to say, I think I love to hate it, but it like boils my blood. But I mean, I like messy characters, so I think I love to hate it. But yeah, it does boil my blood. I just feel like if you just asked him, he would tell you he loves you. If you just asked him.
Yeah. But the whole book that we're going to talk about in the next episode, I just felt like, it could have saved me 15, 20 chapters.
Oh,
if they
gosh.
would've just...
Oh, gosh. Anyways, okay. Last one for super popular. A love triangle. No, actually, you know what?
You can't do no love triangles. Come on, man. You like me, you don't like me. You like her, you don't like her.
There's that. Okay, the reason I hate it is because I always choose the person who loses the love triangle in the end.
I'm going to be honest. I haven't read many love triangle stories.
I didn't think you had.
I've watched some movies.
I didn't think you had. It's not your genre.
That's not me.
Yeah.
But I hate the idea of it.
Yeah.
There's too many people trying to be falling in love with one another.
Yeah, well, it's usually
commit.
Like one girl, two guys like the same girl, or two girls like the same guy.
You know what I love though? I love when someone picks somebody else for petty reasons and the other person really love that person. And then they like, okay, but then the other person finds somebody else. I love that.
That's not a trope.
That's
That's
my
not what
trope.
we're talking
You know
about
what?
right
My book number 2.
now. Okay. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, so now these are writer's challenge.
Writer's
These are
challenge.
ones that I imagine would be very difficult for someone to write.
Okay.
The first one is unreliable narrator.
I hate it.
Stop. I love it.
Why are you telling me lies and then at the end of the book? Because I like figuring stuff out. I like to follow the story. I love story. You know this. We can watch a movie for the first time and I can figure it out in the first few minutes of the movie. I can figure out I love the arc. I love to see how the director puts this in.
He has done
and
that a few
in.
times. It's
few
very
times.
infuriating.
A few times.
He does that a lot and it's annoying. Like we sit down excited to watch a movie and then you're like, oh, he kills him and then she gets into it. It's like,
yeah, because the director gives you tells, and I believe like the author give you tells in the book. And why are you giving me false tales?
No, and I'm gonna tell you, I love it.
I'm not a detective. I'm not trying to interrogate somebody who's lying to me. I want to know.
I love it because I don't know. It just always hits, and I like figuring out if they're reliable or not. Because sometimes at the beginning you think they're reliable, and they're not. Or sometimes you think they're unhinged, but they're not.
Have you read
like The Mad Wife?
Have you read
Good
Gone
book.
Girl?
Good book. No, I haven't read Gone Girl.
Somebody tells me that is one that I need to read if I want to.
Okay, we might have to put that on our joint list.
Maybe
because I do. I do want to read Gone Girl. Okay. It was all a dream ending.
It was all a dream. It was all a dream. So like you go through this whole thing and you wake up and they were just
like
dreaming.
Lost. I mean, I didn't actually finish Lost, but I think that's the ending.
They had died in a plane crash.
No, it was all a dream or something. That's why I didn't finish it.
It was a plane crash, I thought. Lost was very confusing.
It was very confusing.
But like they lived this whole life on the island after the plane crash, but they were really in heaven.
I find it lazy.
It's
but
lazy.
I'm not a writer. I find it lazy. Okay, next one. The reluctant hero. I'll give mine. I also love that. I also like that. Well, how do you think it is to write a reluctant hero?
You know, I think it's good. I'm actually doing some work right now in leadership called the Reluctant Leader. I love my thing is with leadership heroes, if you choose it, like everybody wants to be but when it chooses you, it hits different.
Yeah.
Like if I think about it and I want to do it, and then I don't want to do it no more, I just don't do it no more because I've made my mind up that I was going to do it. But when it chooses you, you ain't got no choice.
Shout out Project Hail Mary.
That's what it was about? I'm about to read the book now.
I won't say nothing else, but yes.
Okay, shout out Exodus, the book of Moses.
That one too.
Moses was
that one too.
Yeah.
Okay, redemption arc. I imagine this is very hard to write because to have a good redemption arc, you need to have the character be so unlikable and then bring them all the way back.
Redemption arc. Got it.
Oh, yeah. Love it. I love them. I love a good one when it's done.
You know
well.
what? We live in a time right now. I love a good redemption arc because we live in a time right now where people just want to cancel people and there's no redemption to people.
Mm-hmm. Lastly, okay, some of my favorites. Okay. So these are my favorite tropes.
Okay.
So I'm going to put love it is my standard.
Okay.
Touch her and you die.
Is that like when the dude goes back and like kills everybody on the planet because they mess with his woman? Like
not
John
always
Wick?
That, but that vibe.
That John Wick vibe.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
He's usually like a really cool dude.
Yeah.
Love it?
Oh, me? Yeah, I'm a protector, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, a training montage. When they're like the underdog and then they go through their training montage.
Creed.
I'm specifically thinking about Poppy War when she was the village girl. And Poppy War.
Oh, or Mulan.
Yes.
Okay.
A training montage. I love it. Okay, good. Okay.
Lord.
We can
Now
hang.
give me
We can
time.
hang out.
Give me time to go get some popcorn.
And then I also have He Falls First.
He falls on
He
love
Falls
first.
First.
I'm indifferent to it. Can she cook?
He doesn't care. Okay. He doesn't care who falls first. He doesn't care. It's okay, ladies. We'll get him eventually. Secret heir or royalty. Like they didn't know they like Princess Diary vibe. Or the guy could be like a secret prince. Ugh.
Growing up, I didn't know my dad. I used to always dream that he was rich and famous. He was gonna come get me.
You bring up trauma. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you just brought up trauma.
I'm so sorry.
I just knew he lived in Cincinnati, and I used to make up that he played for the Bengals.
Moving on.
Because my brothers used to tell me, at least we know our daddy.
Moving
I don't want to read it.
on. Okay, so a nuanced or unlikable main character. An unlikable main character. So like, okay.
Because I'm the main character of my life, and I'm often not liked.
Thank you.
Blame
Thank you.
it all on me, I guess.
Thank you. I hate it when the main character is too perfect because it's like no one's like this.
Yeah,
except for Jesus.
I mean, we got to work on a redemption arc.
Yeah.
Like everybody has faults.
Thank you.
I like an unlikable main character.
Oh, that's the last one?
Wow, that was fun.
Yeah.
I realized that this is going to be some fun episodes given on what we love and what we hate.
Yeah. So for y'all at home, after this episode, I'm hoping that y'all were able to get a little bit of insight into writing.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed the archetypes you covered. If any of those resonated with you and you feel like those are the type of books you like to read or the type of stories you like to write, please let us know which one you felt in the comments below. I think I'm personally a mix of the psychology, maybe artist.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I really like that though.
Yeah.
And then, are there any tropes you just ride for? Like any tropes you love?
I am big on when the lights go out and society falls into peril.
You're end of the world kind of guy.
Are you gonna do what you're supposed to do, or are you gonna just devolve to the animal instinct in you? I love those type of books.
I've read a couple good books like that. I like that too.
Yeah.
I won't say I love. Like. Okay. All right. Well, that is Readers and Writers.
Readers and Writers, first episode.
Hey,
let us know again what you guys like about the dynamic and things that you think you would want to see us do. Hit us up in the comments.
Yeah, let us know if you read with your friends, your family. Are you the only person who likes to read in your circle? All right. Well.
Readers and Writers. We'll see y'all next time.
See you next time.
Peace.